Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good and taking care of yourself, and I hope August is being nice to you. So today's video is going to be about how did I get into Big 4, or how did I clear the exam, how did I crack the interview of EY. Well, a lot of people from last few months have been asking about the process of like interview process, interview questions, and how is the experience at EY, how can you apply, and there are people who have already got selected for the organization, but they're asking about the experience and work culture and a lot of things. So I will be sharing about my experience and how did I get into EY, how did I crack the interview, and what is the process if you want to get into the organization or any of the Big Fours. Also, I have already mentioned in my previous videos and on Instagram as well that I'm not going to limit my channel, since you all can understand like this is not the kind of video I usually upload on my channel. But I mentioned that I'm not going to limit my channel to just personal growth or mindful lifestyle or mental health, but at the same time I will be uploading videos which I think will be very helpful for people, because I keep getting texts from people about the experience I have at the work, and how did I get into the organization, and what you can do to improve yourself. So and I think that this is a part of personal growth only. So that is the reason I don't want to limit my channel to just one thing, but I want to get an exposure of other things as well. So yeah, let's get into details. First of all, to understand the organization, not just EY but all the other Big Fours, all the other organizations which are part of Big Fours. Deloitte is there, PwC, and I'm not sure if PwC is still part of Big Four. Please let me know in the comment section if it is. And then there is EY, there is KPMG. So these are the top 4 consulting companies in the world. They provide auditing, accounting and consultancy services to the clients in all over the world. They're not just in India but in more than 350 countries. So there are 5 types of services they provide. First of all, assurance, business consulting, tax and law, core business services, and strategy and transactions. When I joined the organization, I was part of business consulting, but after a few months, I permanently shifted myself to tax. I am part of US direct tax, and I like it here. I like what I do. So this is about the organizational structure. Now moving forward to the interview process. How did I crack the interview and how did I join the organization? And in the end, I will be telling you about my experience at EY. Well, I joined EY through campus placement. Yes, I got placed from college. I have done BCom honors, specialization in accounting and finance. And they came into the campus, I got selected, and that's how I am part of EY. But both processes are very different. Campus placement, and if you're applying directly through website, like the traditional way of recruiting people, both are very different. So I have experience of the campus placement and how it works, but I think the interview process is same. I mean, what kind of questions they ask and how is the interview, this will be same, because no matter from where you are applying, because it is the last process, and that's how they recruit people. For those people who directly apply from the website, as far as I have heard, they have this screening process, the CV screening process, and after that they get selected, they get a call and they sit for the interview, and that's how it works. But for people who directly join from campus, there is a different process for them. We filled the application form, we sat for the examination. There is a separate exam to clear, then only you will be moving forward with the next process. And then we had virtual interview, which was with AI. There were no interviewer, but we had to answer questions on the screen. Like there was a screen, there were questions, and we had to answer within a time limit. For each question there was a time, and that's how the virtual interview was. And once those people who cleared the virtual interview, they went for the last round of the interview, which was with people from EY. So basically there are 3 rounds when you're joining through campus placement, and there are 2 rounds as far as I have heard. when you join directly through website, when you apply through the website and you join the organization. For campus placement, it hardly takes 10 days to complete the process, interview process and everything. But if you're applying directly through the website, it might take couple of months for you to complete the process once you are once you have been selected for the interview. Because like I mentioned, big fours are very huge. They are there in all over the world, and every day organization gets application from all over the world every single day. So it gets hard for them as well, as far as I understand, to review everything and then select people. So if you are waiting for these organization to respond, just hang on a little there, because they tend to take a little time. Well, I sat for the exams, and there were 5 types of questions which we were asked in the exam. They were from finance, business studies, English, and reasoning. Quant was there, but it was very easy. I mean, it was not difficult. Anybody can solve those questions. So these were the type of questions which we were asked. Moving forward, I think out 300 to 400 people filled the application and sat for the exam. Out of them, I think 75 to 80 people got selected for the AI round. I am telling you the numbers because I want you to understand how many people usually apply and how many people usually get into the company. Out of 75 to 80 people for main interview, 40 to 50 people, as far as I remember, because it has been 1.5 years. When I was in 5th semester, I sat for the interview. So almost 40 to 50 people were there for the main interview, and out of 40 to 50 people, I think 6 people got selected to join the organization. So during my interview, it was for 32 minutes. So during the interview process of mine, they asked me 3 types of questions. First, obviously, about myself, what I have done, from where I am, and about my skills. Moving forward, they asked me 12 questions, 12 technical questions from the subject, from accounting, finance, economics, and fortunately I answered all of them. And apart from that, in the last, the interview asked me 4 to 5 situation based question. First, one question was depending on my prior experience. So obviously I am a fresher, but I was doing some internship. I was writing content when I was in college so that I can earn some money. I was making money while writing content. So he asked me question depending upon my experience when I was doing content writing work. Apart from this, there were questions about, are you a risk taker, about teamwork. I mean, a lot of situation based questions. And honestly, I feel that was my first interview during the campus placement. EY came to the campus very early. We have this thing in the college that once you are selected for one company, you cannot sit for other companies, and I think that's a good thing, because once you have already grabbed an opportunity, you cannot sit for other companies, because there are a lot of people who want to join the other organization. One thing I would like to say, that I was very much confident when I sat for the interview. I won't say too confident, but I was confident when I sat for the interview. And I was not scared, because when you are scared, what if I don't get into, then you tend to get scared a lot, get nervous a lot, and then you tend to make mistake while giving your interview. So make sure that you are not scared while giving an interview. I'm not saying that I was not nervous. I was nervous in the beginning for couple of minutes, but by the moving forward with the process, I was feeling better. I was very normal. So don't worry if you get nervous during interviews, because that's a very normal thing. Everybody gets nervous during the interview, but make sure that you're not scared. You're not asking yourself, what if I don't get into? Always go with a positive approach. Always go with the positive mindset when you are going for the interview. No matter where you are going, no matter whether you are going for the college interview, or whether you are going for the exam, or whether you are going for job interview, you just have to be very much of yourself and very much positive. You don't have to pretend, you don't have to get scared, because they judge you. They look at you and they understand whether you're nervous, whether you're scared, whether you're overconfident, whether you're underconfident. So make sure that you are just yourself, and you are confident, you are well dressed, and you are not scared. There is a difference between being scared and being nervous. So make sure that you are nervous but not scared. When he was giving me situation based question or any kind of questions, I am a very clumsy person. I tend to speak very fast, and I tend to twist my tongue when I'm talking to somebody, because like I said, I speak very fast. But I was mindful. So when you are going for an interview, make sure that you are mindful of the situation, make sure you are mindful of yourself. I was mindful that I tend to speak fast, so I have to slow myself down. I have to match with his pace. So I was taking little time to speak, little time to process what the questions, and collect my thoughts while speaking. So when he gave me situation based questions, I was very much taking my time for like 20 to 30 seconds and processing my thoughts, and then collecting my thoughts and answering his question. So make sure you're doing that. You're When you like directly start speaking, you tend to forget things. So make sure when you are sitting for the interview, you are collecting your thoughts and you are mindful of the situation, you are mindful of your situation, because you know that you tend to make what kind of mistake you make. So yeah, that's it about the interview process. Last but not the least, my experience at EY. Like, lot of people ask me about my experience at EY. What do I do, and how is the work experience, how is the work culture at EY? Not just at EY, but I think all the organizations have their overall work culture, and then there is a teamwork culture, how your team works, and then there is a process, like overall process, like how organization works. Sometimes we tend to misjudge people depending upon the team we have, and sometimes we tend to misjudge the organization as well depending upon the team, and sometimes we tend to judge the team depending upon the organization. I can only tell about my experience, what I have seen at EY, and how my experience is at EY. I have a very supportive team. To be honest, I won't because I have heard from a lot of people about Big Fours, not just even Big Fours, that there's no work-life balance, there is no, there is no peace, there is always a stress, there is always, so stress is there during busy season. I won't deny the fact that there is not a lot of work, but it is only during busy season. Every service line has their own busy season. For example, for US tax, we file taxes on 15th of April. Like 15th of April is the deadline for US tax. So from Jan to April 30th, it is a busy season for US tax. And same goes to other service lines as well. I mean, every service line has their own, busy season and non-busy season. During busy season, you have to work for like 12 hours, 13 hours every day. But during non-busy season, people literally log out after 7 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours, and you don't really get a lot of work. You spend your hours on training, mandatory courses. Not just in EY, but in all the Big Fours, there is this process of assigning employees with mandatory courses, so that during non-busy season, when they are low on work, they can spend their hours on trainings and mandatory courses, and they can learn from those courses, because they are related to your service line, they're related to the organization, they're related to other things as well, your subject as well. I like how they assign us with courses to brush up our knowledge. Apart from that, like I mentioned, there is a busy season and non-busy season. So people tend to judge the organization depending on the work they do during busy season. I have seen people, अरे यार कोई life balance, work life balance ही नहीं है. For me, I really cannot tell about other people, because I don't know how much they are working. But for me, I have a work-life balance. I mean, I work for 5 days, and then I do my own work on Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, if you have chosen to work for the corporate, companies, you are going to work for 9 to 10 hours. So there is no point of complaining but just be happy, be grateful that you have a job, it is paying your bills. And I'm not saying that if you don't like it you have to stay there, not just my organization but any organization. If you don't like it, you always have an option to go for other organizations, but make sure that you are doing your work with honesty. I cannot say more because obviously I have just 1 year of experience, but that's what I have learned from the organization in last 1 year, that do your work with honesty and don't complain a lot. So make sure that you're not taking anything personal. When you log out, just forget everything. You are there to work, get paid, do your work with honesty, get paid. So yeah, that's it for today's video. And I tried to put my point, I tried to put my perspective in the video, and I hope I did it well. So if you really liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and stay connected with me for more insights about these kind of videos. So yeah, that's it for today's video guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.